They say that the skin is the biggest organ of the body. The fact that for my whole life it's been something which has constantly irritated me means that it impacts every aspect of life as well. Thinking about my childhood, things that stick out in my mind are when I wanted to join the Sea Scouts. A lot of my friends were in the Scouts. But the problem was they wore white shirts as part of the uniform, and after a while blood spots would start to appear on my shirt and people would laugh at me. Then in the winter they would wear a really woolly jumper and it would make me scratch. And it was the Sea Scouts, so we had to go into the water, but the salt water would make my skin flare up. So all in all, I didn't make a very successful Sea Scout. The main thing that sticks out though is being bullied because of it, particularly at school. When I'd be wearing my uniform and I wouldn't realize that there was a stain of blood down the back of my shirt, people would laugh at me. My skin would start to get flaky throughout the day, and people developed a nickname for me, Flaky Pastry, and used to laugh at me because of it. At work, I sometimes would find that I was just dragging myself into an early meeting and not really concentrating well. Growing up with this condition, I just came to get used to the fact that I didn't sleep well, was tired all the time. But when I got married, it was like shining a spotlight on the impact that it had on me. My wife was a very light sleeper. I am often irritable, scratching, restless throughout the night. Made it very difficult for my wife to sleep next to me, made it very difficult for me to realize that I was having to take someone else into consideration when before I had just come to accept this poor quality of life. When I think about the physical effects, the main one is just the pain and discomfort. Not being able to relax because of the constant itching. It really took the joy out of life. I can't remember suddenly being aware that I had it. It was something that I always had and just got used to the fact that that was part of me. If I actually think about what life would have been like without it, I think about the sports I might have enjoyed. I think about the holidays I could have gone on without worrying about the climate of the country, or whether I've got enough creams to go with me, or whether I need a note from the doctor so they don't stop me at customs with all the drugs I've got in my bag. The thing is, with something that has affected you for your whole life and impacts every area of your life, it almost becomes part of your identity. And so even if my skin is clear and doesn't show any sores, there's still part of me that feels like someone who is going to be bullied or looked at strange. Just imagining having creepy crawlies crawling over your body all the time, or having an itch that you just can't get to, almost as though the itch is just below your skin, and the more you scratch, you can never quite get to it. When I've felt things are going on the inside of my life, my skin tells that story. When my skin flares up, it's a nightmare. It just feels like my face is on fire. I feel like I'm just itchy all over. I just want to get out of the situation. I feel like, am I going to go into a situation that's going to make my skin flare up? So there's definitely a reality that it's not just skin deep, so to speak, that it is something which connects to every part of your body and your whole being.